About 1 million apartments in New York State are rent stabilized, which limits the amount and frequency of rent increases by landlords. A smaller group of homes are rent controlled, which essentially keeps rents the same for decades. Rent control only applies to buildings built before February 1947 and to tenants who have been continuously residing in the building since at least July 1, 1971. Today, a lucky few people pay hundreds of dollars a month for apartments in the city, while their neighbors pay 10 times as much for similar digs. Once the tenants leave, the apartments become decontrolled, with the exception of qualifying family members who inherit tenancy. A rent-controlled apartment in the Big Apple is the kind of thing that someone would kill for, and perhaps even kill for, when that kind of money is at stake, as demonstrated in Poker Face's most recent guest star-filled episode, A New Lease on Death. Luckily, her CB radio pal good buddies, Steve Buscemi, apartment in New York, which is in the same building, is where Charlie Cale, Natasha Lyonne, has opened up business. She will either solve the case or perish trying. A New Lease on Death, the 9th episode of Poker Face Season 2, begins with an elderly Brooklyn resident named in St. Marie, Lauren Tom, living in a rent-controlled apartment. She pays very little for the privilege of living there since the 1970s. In order to give the apartment to her granddaughter Maddie, Awkwafina, she hopes to adopt her. Tom's career started on stage when she was chosen to play Connie in a traveling production of A Chorus Line. She was born in Highland Park, Illinois. Starting with a few episodes of The Facts of Life in 1982, she has a multi-decade career in both film and television. After that, Tom had appearances on a variety of shows, including Homicide, Life on the Street, Quantum Leap, and a Saturday Night Live segment from 1986. In addition, she starred in the 1993 movie The Joy Luck Club as Lena. Actress, comedian, and musician Awkwafina was born Nora Lum in Stony Brook, New York. Before producing albums and showcasing her skills on both large and small screens, she began with a few popular songs on YouTube. She has voiced Tarantula in The Bad Guys, Rebecca in Renfield, Sisu in Raya and the Last Dragon, Katie in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Constance in Ocean's 8, and Peek Lin Go in Crazy Rich Asians. And meets a woman named Kate, Alia Shawkat, when they are at the fruit stand. Sadly, Kate has a lengthy criminal history and a hat trick of warrants, making her a career villain. Kate sneaks into Anne's life and creates a scenario to remove Maddie from the picture, seizing the chance to take a rent-controlled apartment for herself. R. Shawkat, whose most famous role was playing Maybe in 84 episodes of Ted Development, was born in Riverside, California. Among her other roles are that of Gwendolyn Y in 2 episodes of Severance and Dory Seif on Search Party. Decades, he has been constantly on your television screen. Greer has made appearances on Comedy Bang! Bang! Saturday Night Live, and in Living Color in various roles. Greer was nominated for a Tony Award for his portrayal of Jackie Robinson in the first and starred in Dreamgirls. Later, he received a Tony Award for his performance in the A Soldier's Play revival in 2021. He portrayed Charlie Addison in The Patient, with Steve Carell and Domhnall for Gleason from The Office and the lead of The Paper, the planned Office spin-off. Greer most recently played Ron in 18, and Counting, episodes of St. Denis Medical. So far this season, where has Charlie been? After finishing Season 1 in Atlantic City, she reportedly took a number of trips and changed jobs. New Hampshire served as the backdrop for the majority of the Season 2 opener. After that, she continued to travel before spending 3 consecutive episodes in Florida. Somewhere in the Southeast was the setting for her minor league baseball journey. Perhaps Alabama? Presumably, the private school was situated on the East Coast. Virginia, in One Last Job, the big box store was located near Washington, D.C. In NYC, the sleazy Georgian took place. Additionally, this week's A New Lease on Death takes place in Brooklyn, New York, and To Control. The episode's opening credits use the recognizable font from Woody Allen films to set the scene. Allen's favorite instrument, the clarinet, plays a jazzy toot throughout the end credits. What takes place between the credits? Well, it's not particularly Woody-esque, in my opinion. The fact that the episode isn't entirely immersed in any one genre or milieu makes it one of this season's weaker efforts, even though it's good overall. Like the cheesy Florida gags and the equally mediocre, The Taste of Human Blood, its New Yorkness does matter, but in ways that seemed blatant and cheesy to me. This episode does feature some noteworthy guest performances, which is what we've come to anticipate from Poker Face. This week's antagonist is Amelia Peake, a wanted criminal who we first meet as Kate Forster. Kate is a suspiciously optimistic person who has snuck into the bed of retired New York poetry professor and Saint Marie, Lauren Tom, and is aiming for Anne's lovely rent-controlled apartment. A penthouse with 2 fireplaces and crown molding costs $640 a month. With a pasted smile and a flow of patter that makes some people shiver, Alia Shawkat portrays Kate/Amelia as a very intense person.